Hey, what's up guys? Mike here. And I wanted to start documenting on a weekly basis just my thoughts and experiences that I've had with starting streaming on Twitch more consistently. So, to get things started, I started streaming on September 1st, and I just woke up that morning and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to stream today for most of the day. So I, just went on my computer. I was like, so what can I stream? Oh, I'll just play a bunch of retro games or something. So I started playing Sega games, and one of my friends came into the chat and stuck around for a while and, was giving me tips because, my game volume was too loud. So I was able to adjust that. Then my mic was too low. I raised that. And when you're first starting out streaming, it's kind of hard to tell like where your volume levels are going to be. So to have a friend come into your stream and actually point that out and say, oh, this needs to be done, this needs to be changed, this needs to be higher or lower, it's a huge help. Because then you kind of see, alright, well, the levels are, this way, so whenever I stream this kind of game, I need to have this amount of volume or this amount of volume over here. So that's always a big help. So I streamed for about 8 hours my first day, and then throughout the week I kind of was just playing Diablo, and I noticed that even as a new streamer, if somebody just happens to stumble across your channel and they see you playing a certain game, they're probably going to expect you to be playing that game all the time. Because on my first day I played, Streets of Rage. Then I went on to Sonic the Hedgehog, and then I was playing Gunstar Heroes. And if somebody came into my stream and saw me playing Gunstar Heroes and followed me because of that, and then I don't play Gunstar Heroes for like another year or so, I'm probably going to lose that viewer and that follower. Because if I'm not playing the game that they followed me for, what's the point of them coming back? Because when you're starting out, you're really a nobody. And you kind of have to, accept the fact that they're not coming to the stream because of you, because who are you? They're coming to the stream because of the game. The game is what they want to see, and if you're good at the game, and then they, stick around and, maybe they interact a little bit with the chat, and if they see you're a cool person, then you probably got a retainable viewer. Could happen, right? I just woke up, so I'm kind of just like going down a list. Another thing that I was getting into, I noticed that since I started streaming, I've been looking to see other people's streams. And I'll just wake up one morning and it's like, okay, I think I kind of want to, watch someone play Mega Man X. So I search for Mega Man X, and if anyone's streaming, if they have a low view count, I'll pop in their stream, I'll watch them for a little bit, and if they're cool, if they're like interacting with the chat, then I'll start chatting with them and I'll say, hey, what's up, and I'll try to get to know the streamer. Because if you're a cool person, I'm more likely to follow you rather than watch you play the game after that. So I followed this streamer who was speedrunning Mega Man X, and he only had like a couple of views, and later on that night I was streaming Rocket League and he came into my chat. I was like, oh hey, what's up, man? How'd you do on your speedruns today? And then we were talking in the chat. We had something already to talk about because I went into his stream and he decided to come into mine, and he followed me. In order for you to get more followers, it's better to go out and search for other people in the same situation as you because there are a ton of people who are starting to live stream now. YouTube gaming just started, so you're going to see a lot more YouTubers live streaming. And I think it's going to encourage a lot of people to start live streaming. So when you get a game that you love watching and you're first starting out streaming on your own, go out there, keep scrolling down to the bottom if it's a popular game, find somebody who has a couple of viewers, pop in their chat, say hey, what's up, see if they're a cool person, give them a follow. They might follow you back. And then you start building a network of people who, when you start streaming, they're going to come and see you because they know that you're a cool person and that you come and see them. Then you start building each other up, and eventually you're going to start, seeing a lot more people coming into your chat. You're going to have a lot better shows because you're going to be interactive, and might even get really popular. That's the ultimate goal, right? I mean, if you love playing video games and you're live streaming, you're doing it because, number one, you love video games. Number two, you love interacting with people. And number three, your dream is probably to be doing this rather than just working, maybe a job you don't like, or maybe you're not satisfied with how your life is and you want something to fill that. Live streaming can do that. It can help you improve upon certain skills that you may lack, because when I first started streaming, I wasn't totally comfortable in front of a camera, but as I'm doing it each day and interacting with people coming in my chat, I've been getting more comfortable about it. And having them tell me what I can improve upon and giving me some critique totally helps. And I can see myself just getting better and better rather than getting worse and worse. And that's ultimately what you want to do. Another thing, when you're first starting out, you have to do a lot of self-promotion on social media. Every time you stream, you gotta go out on Twitter, on Facebook, anything that can get anyone to watch your stream. And it's tough, because if you're new to streaming, or maybe you don't have a big following on Twitter, it's going to be rough. So what I did was I found that there were certain hashtags people use to actually help support smaller streams. And actually the hashtag on Twitter is hashtag support smaller streams. So every time I tweet out my link to my stream when I'm live, I always include that hashtag, because other people are out there who deliberately go and search for the new guys. The ones that there could be hidden gems, that you might not find if you didn't go out and search for them. Another thing, there are a ton of Facebook groups that, oh hey, this is a Twitch group for, if you follow one streamer, they should follow you back. It's a follow for follow. Join those. When you tweet out or post your stream in the comments, make sure that I say, hey, if you follow me, I'll follow you back. Come hang out, and just go down the list. Other people who are streaming, go pop in their chat, see if they're a cool person, give them a follow, let them know that you follow them, they'll follow you back. And then you just start building from there. You have to start from somewhere. And when you're starting from nothing, it could be a little discouraging at first. But if you love playing video games, and if you love streaming, keep doing it. Because if you stay consistent and you keep just doing what you love, eventually people are going to notice. They're going to say, hey, this guy just doesn't stream like every now and then. He's not serious about it. This guy's actually serious about it, He streams every week or every day. He does it for a couple of hours. He interacts with his chat. You know, he helps people out in games. So he seems like a cool person. Like, I want to follow him. And that's just how you build. You know, it's when you're starting out, it's all about building a foundation with other streamers, and then you can kind of like build each other up over time. So that's what I'm learning. I'm not there yet, but I'm learning, and that's the most important part. Couple of other things. I've noticed that when I'm streaming, when I look over at the chat, I'm always looking at how many people are watching me. And I would say don't do that, because the other night I had 10 viewers. There were 10 people watching me, and I was so excited because I finally got to double digits. My phone's ringing downstairs, just ignore that. So I got to 10 concurrent viewers, and I was so happy about that. Then last night I maybe had a couple of views, and I was like, okay. So last night I had 10 viewers, and now tonight I only have 2. What's the problem? So what I did was, as I have my stream open, I also have an alert window open that says like when someone follows me, or you know, hosts me. It has like a notification, and I put that box right over where it says the view count, and I don't even pay attention to it, because psychologically, if you have a low view count, or if you see people leaving your stream, that has an effect on you, a negative effect, because then you start feeling like, okay, what am I doing that's making people leave? You know, I thought I was, you know, kind of funny. I thought I was being really talkative. Why are people leaving? And you kind of have to do what you can to make sure that you just ignore the viewer count, but don't ignore the chat, because your chat is your lifeblood when you're first streaming, and pretty much when you're always streaming. You know, the people that always come in and interact, the loyals, those are the most important people. There are going to be times where, you know, you might get a viewer spike. You know, people are just stumbling across Twitch, they come into your stream, they watch for a couple seconds, and then they tune out. You know, it happens. The viewer count is always going to go up and down. It's going to fluctuate. So the more that you can ignore that, the better off you'll be. It's always good to check it, like, I guess every now and then. Like if you say, hey, you know, if you guys want to play this game with me, say it in the chat, and then you look and see how many people are in the chat, there's no one there. So then you're just talking to nobody. But there could be a chance where, you know, somebody just happened to stumble in right when you were saying that, and they were like, oh hey, I just came in, you know, I'll play with you. It's like, alright, cool. Now you got somebody who's gonna play a game with you and potentially follow you after. So what I started doing, just block the view count, because psychologically you don't need to deal with that. You know, just keep doing your thing. Eventually people are gonna start staying in your stream. And the last thing I want to talk about is when you're first streaming, it's a good idea to kind of look at the games that you play and say, okay, what are like 1 or 2 games that I know I'm always going to enjoy playing, that other people can play with me, and that I'll never get bored of, and play those games consistently on stream. Because that way, when people come to your stream, they're going to see you, oh, this guy plays Rocket League. I love Rocket League. I'm going to give him a follow. I want to play sometime with him. You know, it'd be really cool just to hang out and play. Or I started playing Destiny because the new expansion's coming out next week, and I know I'm going to be playing that. And the biggest patch just came out yesterday, and I started playing. Oh, this guy plays Destiny, you know. we should do Nightfalls, raids and strikes and Prison of Elders. You know, if he's going to be doing that with viewers, I'm down to play with him, because maybe, you know, my friends kind of tapered off because Destiny wasn't so great, so now I found someone that, you know, they interact with the chat, they're hopeful, we could play together, and we can help each other get through the game. So I know I'm going to be playing Rocket League and Destiny. So those are pretty much the only games I'm going to be streaming. I do love Hearthstone as well, but I haven't really played it a lot lately, so I'm not going to stream it. So that's pretty much my first week of streaming, and each Wednesday I'm going to upload a video just kind of talking about like this stuff, you know, what I'm learning, and hopefully new streamers, if they, you know, stumble across this video series, it helps them out, because I remember I went searching on YouTube to go and find just like, hey, how do I grow an audience? You know, how do I get better? You know, like, what are the things that I shouldn't do? And what are the things that I definitely should do? So look out for one of these videos every Wednesday. I hope you have a great day and have fun streaming.